All right, so as we're pausing to smell the flowers,
Yeah.
if you will, I want to take this moment. If you look over here, you see pollination occurring with milkweed. Not only do monarch butterflies and countless other pollinators use this, but right now you have an ant on the leaf, you have a bunch of bumblebees, and this is just, it reminds me of, I believe, what Eric Mevo from Mala Environmental Volunteer Organization said, that 1/3, in other words, 1 out of every 3 bites you take is directly due to the pollination of a bee, right? Which is powerful.
That is very powerful. Can you explain to me like what that means a little bit more? Like,
yeah, I mean, so if you're eating beef, you too depend upon the bees, because the beef, if what's eating is grass or some sort of wheat, some of those are pollinated by wind, like corn. But I mean, most things, like tomatoes, apples, oranges, are pollinated by bees. And if they're not pollinated by bees, they're pollinated by something else. But most things that we eat are pollinated by bees, or the things that what we're eating ate something that was pollinated by bees. Okay. Like the pigs or the cows or some other animal eating something smaller in the food system, in the food chain than we eat.
So when we hear things about like the bee collapse and stuff like that.
Yeah, colony collapse disorder, CCD. So there's many schools of thought on that. One, it's environmental, it's toxins. They even think like maybe potentially like microwaves or cell phone waves or some sort of electromagnetic radiation could impact it. Varroa mites are huge. If you took a frying pan and put it on your back, that's the equivalent of how big these varroa mites are on bees. I think I'm saying that right, varroa mites, but if I'm incorrect, I'll put it below in the caption, the correct pronunciation of that parasite. But imagine having a parasite the size of a frying pan on your back. That's how big, right? That's how big these parasites are. So a lot of beekeepers use all natural killers, all natural toxins to kill these varroa mites, and others use pesticides, which is they're a means to an end. But so that's one. There's varroa mites. There's pollution, neonicotinoid pesticides. Which is a certain kind of pesticide they think that they use to pollinate, they use on the plants to prevent other animals and insects to eat. So therefore, maybe that is messing with the bee population.
So it could be some man-made things that are kind of messing with the bees.
Yes, man-made, woman-made, human-made things are.
Just let them do their jobs.
Let them do their jobs. Get out of the way. There's a great quote that goes, I forget who said it, but Dr. Dixon told me about it. He said, nature has all the answers. Now, what is your question? Which is like so simple. It's like almost like you talk to 10-year-olds or 7-year-olds, and they sort of know everything already in a way.
Right.
They have this like intrinsic knowledge about the world and what should be going on. And as you get older, it's like the world de-geniuses you. It's like
Well, yeah, and as a kid, you're just so open to learning and changing this or that, to make it work based on what you learned, and then we become a little jaded.
Right, and sort of like, I don't say brainwashed, but we become trained to think in a certain type of way.
Right.
Like, here's what I should do. I should go to work, pay my taxes, of course pay your taxes, but go to work, do a certain amount of things, have kids, get married, and everything's gonna be okay. And I think that we forget. I remember when I was interviewing for Solar City for my summer job, I said, there is no Superman. There's no Superwoman. We're the people who have to do this.
Yeah.
Like there's no waiting. We're the people that have to take action and make this positive change happen, because there's no one's gonna come. No cavalry's gonna arrive just before you're almost gonna perish and save you in the end. Yeah. No, there's no romanticized version out there. There's no fairy tale. We're the ones that are going to have to do this work. No one else will. So if anything, that's important to know.
Well, and I feel like, I don't know, this just makes me think of, I remember learning maybe when I was a kid or, early teenager, that, smile at people because you never know what kind of day they're having. And if you give one smile, and then that can, start like a domino effect of, another person smiling and making somebody's day and changing someone's life. So one person can make a difference, in that way. So one person, as we were saying before, can make a difference with helping the environment.
Absolutely.
It ripples.
Yeah, and I think about back to Jane Goodall. We already all make a difference. Make sure the one you're making is a positive one. Yeah. Right? Yeah, I agree with you. Smile, because you never know what's going through your feather. You never know what's going through someone else's life. They could seem to the strongest people have the strongest marriage, like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie or whatever it might be, and then bam, something happens. So what's the Dalai Lama say? When it's possible to be kind, be kind.
Be kind.
And then he
Right.
says, it's always possible.
Yeah.
Right?
Love it.
So I
Right.
completely...
So if it's possible to pick up litter when you see it, do
Right.
it. You
Pick
know,
up the
don't
litter.
drop
Pick
it.
up the litter.
You know.
Don't be a litter bug. Pick up the litter because it'll help you become more profitable. Because if you're trash outside your place of business, walking down Ramsey Main Street yesterday, and it's such a nice town, and there's some trash, and I'm like tempted to pick it up, but I'm like enjoying my date night, you know. I'm like, don't pick this up, you know, not now. But like, pick up the litter. If everybody picks up a little, or doesn't put it down, then you have a more beautiful place to walk around in.
Exactly.
The broken windows effect that goes back to where if you have a broken window in a neighborhood, people are more likely to break more windows. It's contagious.
Right, I think it's okay.
Right, as is high quality. We care about the way this looks. We care about the water that my 10-year-old daughter drinks. I care about my pregnant wife and how she needs to be eating good, healthy foods.
Right.
So those foods come from bees, ladies and gentlemen. Those foods come from, you know, and all the food, most of the food, unless it's grown by hydroponics, is coming from soil. And what goes in that soil? What goes on the ground? You know, so it's all connected. There's no disconnect.
Absolutely not.
There's no disconnect. All right, you have your eyes peeled, Miss Harris?
I am looking, and I'm really excited that I'm not seeing too much.
This is good. Celery Farm does a great job.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to go to...
And all the visitors. Good
Yes,
job,
thank
visitors.
you. Visitors
here.
at Celery Farm, Allendale and elsewhere.
Yeah, because we've been walking for a long time, and there's very little in
Look at
this.
that.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Where should we go next time? The most polluted area we can find.
Maybe Ramapo?
Ramapo County Reservation. There's a bunch of places with a reservation there.
Even just some local parks. Like
Oh,
a bunch
true.
of little local parks.
True, yeah.
You know.
Talk to some residents, right? You know, look at all this trash outside the house and next to the park. Did they give up? Right? Did they once pick up that trash and now they're like,
Right.
I'm giving up because no one else does. Like, you know, and if just 2 or 3 other people helped, hold on, I see something. They would all pick it up.
Oh wow, look at that.
Oh, this is metal. I have to come back for that. It's like rooted in.
Wow.
But yeah, and I think about that in general. Learned helplessness.
Yes.
Learned helplessness, right? And you can
That so
reprogram,
exists.
reprogram your mind. You have the rats that are shocked, you know, in experiments, and then eventually, if they don't think they have a chance, they stop trying to get away from the shock, and they just take the shock. I mean, that happens in life. That happens when people fail. That happens when people don't believe anymore. And we need to relearn helpfulness.
Right. Be leaders, not followers.
Right. And if you're a follower, make sure you're
Wow.
following the right leader.
That's a part of a hand.
What is that?
It's back. Sorry.
It's all good. What is a shovel handle?
I think it's a shovel handle. Oh, it's getting caught.
Yeah, so this is an example of
Shoot.
who knows how this got here. And there's a bunch of glass here too. This is rusting, right? And that iron oxide is going into the water. And that's affecting all the animals, the birds. People come here, and this is a hobby, right? What do you do for pleasure? Think about that. Maybe play video games, maybe go to the mall. This is what people do for pleasure. They love the wilderness. They come here and they take pictures of the beautiful bird life, and this is killing them. So don't, you know, if you know, not if you can, you know, don't kill them. Don't pollute.
There you go.
Recycle, because it will help your town make money. Look at all this. Look at, I can't, we don't have time to get all this,
Oh,
but look,
wow.
you see all this,
Yeah.
Jen?
Oh man, we found the spot.
So this is glass.
A
and there
lot
are
of glass.
So many shards. You probably can't see, but there's
It's
so many
throughout
shards.
the whole section over
The
there.
whole section. So
Gonna have to come back for that.
yeah, this is like an animal's food source, right? Imagine like going to a supermarket and trying to go through like tomatoes and there's glass shards.
Yeah, they're gonna
everywhere.
get hurt.
Look at all that.
Yeah, it's throughout the whole thing. It goes all the way back.
All right, I promise I will come back and get all this glass. That's a guarantee from Alex from Green Rev. Sometimes when I'm kayaking, this is where I got the idea for trash talk. When I was kayaking, and I was like, oh, I cannot continue to kayak down the Ramapo River when I see all these pieces of trash that have floated along, and it's from floods, So you know, and they all go downstream. So where's all the trash come from? Trash on the ground. Maybe raccoons got it out, but like most of it is preventable.
Right. And we're all able to pick it up. That's the other thing.
Right. And Celery Farm is a swamp. It's a wetland. It's a marsh. So there's something called black septic, which if you look at another one of our interviews with Mark Vedran, the co-founder of the Willow School and the president of the State Board of Ed, he says black septic, they literally have a constructed wetland on campus. So all human excrement, all human waste goes through a mimic. It's actually a real wetland, but it's constructed. It's not naturally occurring.
Right.
You know, they use, I'm sure, maybe concrete barriers or something. But the point is, they mimic this. black septic,
Wow.
the bacteria, and they make some sort of wetland on campus, which takes all the human excrement, and it literally, the bacteria eats it up, the microfungi eats it up, and the other microorganisms, maybe some, I'm sure there's some protists too, and it eats all the food waste, the human waste, and then it returns it back into the environment.
Wow.
And he said swimming pool quality water.
Really?
Right, so you have all these machines doing all this filtration, which is of course great in our water treatment plants, but imagine that. Bacteria and the black septic, that's what it's called, that exists in marshes, you know, in the meadowlands, it creates swimming pool quality water. So that's nature's natural filter. So you need to keep these wetlands healthy.
Absolutely.
You look at the pervasiveness of cancers and diseases, whether it's physical, mental, whatever it might be, and you can't help but make a connection with our environment. We're products of our environment. You know, the healthier our environment is, the better. Where do you want to raise kids? And if you want to raise kids, where do you want to move? To a, quote, nice area. When you think of a nice house, what do you think it's surrounded by, Jen?
Green.
Green. Everybody thinks that. Most people think that. Okay, I think nice, a nice area. You think trees, you think green, usually, right? Or like a nice penthouse in the city. But still, look at Central Park. How great was that city planning? Some of the most expensive.
Well, that's just it. Even in the city, they know that there still needs to be some green.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Wherever it can be.
And I think we're at the tipping point again. We're in the future, in the now, hopefully, not hopefully, I have faith in the now. More people are watching these videos, watching Dr. Dixon, watching other people, Cradle to Cradle, other great books, and taking action to make our cities the greenest on earth.
Absolutely.
So we have these thriving green cities for both money and for the planet, because it's the same. And, you know, green walls, green roofs, right?
Yeah.
Just make everything green. Because it'll only help.
Green rooftops.
Green rooftops. We have a video with CEO George Irwin from Green Living Technologies.
Nice.
And over I don't know how many. I think it's over 13 countries he's installed green roofs. Really, you know, philanthropic. He's been to Africa, Haiti, and helped them install green roofs. He does agricultural farming, indoor and outdoor, and from places from Sacramento, ranging to the New Jersey. So he's doing it. Right? Take action. You know, make it happen. Ah, this is nice. This is like
beautiful here.
Beautiful. This is
What's really interesting here too is like there's so many different types of green. Like we walked through, I don't even know what we were just walking through.
Yeah. The big, tall, like reed-looking things.
Yeah, then there's this and.
It's true. It's biodiversity, right? The more types of animals and plants you have, the healthier the ecosystem is. This is awesome to see such a lack of trash, except for that glass there.
Yeah.
But and how many people walk by and see that glass?
Exactly. Right. And I get if they don't have gloves or whatever, you have to do it carefully.
True.
But it's probably been there a while.
Right.
So the person that made it break, you know, it would have been nice if they took care of it. But
right.
We will.
Right. We will. But I mean, I think about that. Like, how can you can? I think it's easier sometimes to make a logical point. Okay, yeah, we should do this because here's the reason why, and it's right. But I think most people are moved to action through emotion.
Yes.
So how can we make it an emotional, memorable moment on this film or in general to just reach people and say, I need to do it. I need to go out. So you know what? We can make a contest. We're gonna throw down the gauntlet now. Trash Talk is not just gonna be filmed by Alex and Green Rev. If you have a camera, if you are 3 years old, no, maybe not 3, you need to be with your parents if you're that young. But if you are a youth, middle school, maybe even, you know, younger, 4th, 5th grade, 3rd, with some parents, all the way up to high school and college, Trash Talk, all right? One person, not even with one of these, just a hand with a glove, or a little, even a stick with a spike, whatever, go out wherever you are around the world, whether in New Jersey, New Mexico, and this is live, this is creativity right here happening, and this is gonna catch fire.
I love it.
One person, 3 people, 10 people, whatever. Film it in any way you can, with whatever you can, and pick up as much trash as you can, and then send it to me, and I'll post it on my YouTube. Trash Talk.
Yes.
All right? Pick a person, and I'm looking for people, we have no idea who you are, and for people maybe we'll get some people, some celebrities to help, you know, trumpet the message, but more importantly than that, it's us all taking to action. So it's going to be this little.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
I love the idea.
Yeah, baby. Woo! Trash Talk. See that creativity? When you're in nature, creativity.
That's right.
Creativity comes about. Trash Talk. So I don't care if it's a 2-second video, please send it to us. Trash Talk, you know, think a good title. It could just be with you and your parents, or it could be you in Newark, Patterson, Camden. It could be you in Bedminster, you know, Alpine, or I don't know, Beverly Hills. Trash talk. Film your YouTube, send it to me, or post it on your own YouTube, whatever way you want to get it out there. And we'll all start doing these trash talks. We're going around, just like Senator, former Mayor Newark, Senator, now Senator Booker, future president in my faith. You know, he ran with the people. Let's all get together and come run with me. So come trash talk with us.
Spark the motivation, get it going, get the emotions going, motivate people.
So you're not helpless. You are empowered.
Yes.
Remember Jane Goodall, you all already make a difference.
Yes.
So start talking trash. Start talking trash.
I love it.
I love it.
We look forward to your videos.
Yeah, I wonder how many we'll get.
A lot.
A lot. They're gonna come rolling in.
People are awesome, so
people are awesome. That's right. And sometimes, yeah, I think it all takes is just a little bit of belief, a little bit of effort. In this day and age, most people have a smartphone.
Exactly.
All right, I'm calling out to you, India. I want to hear some people from India. I feel like that's a great place to start because there's a lot of trash there, and I think.
In Australia, New Zealand, across the world. Come on now.
Let's go across the world. Start talking trash, and the good kind of trash, right?
Yes.
All positive videos, no cursing, please.
No cursing.
Unless it's really, really necessary to accent the point, but you know, we want to be universally appealing here.
Right, exactly. Kids need to be able to watch this.
Kids need to be able to watch this. Kids are the future.
Well, because I'm going to use this in my classroom.
Awesome.
I'm going to teach with this. I'm going to have my students write some sort of response, or you know, in terms of, you know, what can they do? That's going to be their September assignment. So if you're my student, keep that in mind. You're going to write something saying, you know, what you can do to help the environment, whether it be in your backyard or just when you go out to dinner, you know, something like that.
Love it. I love the idea. I love it. Oh, we're talking trash.
And
what is this? It is?
A rag.
A rag from, like, almost, I don't know, cleaning a car, carburetor, oil.
It's dirty.
So I often see socks.
Yeah.
Right?
Or sometimes like one sock, which I never understand.
Like, why is it one?
Or one shoe.
Like, if you're gonna pollute, like, go all the way, man. Like, no, I'm joking, but like, you know, take them both off.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Why one sock?
A lot, one sock, one shoe.
What is it with that?
If you know the answer, let me know that.
Yeah. Oh, here's a learning moment. This is skunk cabbage here. Skunk cabbage. So you can see it's been chewed up and gnawed probably by deer and other rabbits and whatnot. It reeks. That's why, hence its name. And when it's first blooming or growing, budding out and burgeoning growth in the early spring, it creates an internal temperature that I believe is 3 to 5 degrees hotter than the surrounding environment, which is like a pretty impressive capability for a plant to have.
Yeah, I had no idea that anything could do that.
Like, you know, so it's as opposed to a human, which is warm-blooded, we create internal heat. You know, plants, think about a plant creating heat, all from, of course, solar energy. So, love the skunk cabbage. If you sound like a skunk, you might have stepped in a skunk cabbage.
Good to know.
Trash talk, come on. Get out there, start talking trash, find trash, film trash, and send it to us. It could be as simple as you walking down the street of Hoboken or Manhattan, and you work for I don't know, some major financial corporation, or you're a janitor there, or I don't know, you name it, teacher, school, leader, mother, father, you know, disabled, abled, whatever. I don't even think the word disabled makes sense. Everybody's able.
Everybody's able.
Everybody's able. The question is
differently
abled. So yeah, keep on talking trash. Send us your videos. I can't wait to post them. I'm gonna be so pumped. Actually, here's my guarantee. The first person, I don't care where you are, and it might not be next weekend I could fly to you if you're around the country or the world, but I guarantee you, the first person to make a video, and I'm talking a video that is awesome, goes viral, and is really a great video. The first person to send us, a truly great video, we are going to come meet you, and we are going to do something with you, collaborate in some capacity, and help you in your mission. Cool. I don't care how old you are, what ethnicity, what culture, what sexual identity, what cultural identity, we're coming to you. And trash talk. Start talking trash.
That.
Start talking trash.
See you soon.
See you soon. I wonder where we can go that will next time that'll have the most trash.
I'm gonna have to think about that. And I like that might be a difficult question.
Yeah.
Because people are cleaner these days.
Right, and I think that's true. I like your attitude. Like, if you trust people, people become trustworthy.
Yeah.
There's an old ancient text, the Tao Te Ching with Lao Tzu, and it says that leaders who trust their followers, create trustworthy followers, and vice versa. So we trust that human nature is good. And so we know that you'll be out there picking up trash and talking about it. Right. And the more we pick up, maybe one day we'll be at a point where we don't have to pick up trash anymore.
No more trash talk.
No more trash talk, which would be great. This is a cool competition.
I love this competition.
And I love how we just thought of it on our walk, right?
That's right.
And I think it comes to the whole point of why people don't pick up trash, because it's too much, it's overwhelming, it's just you. No, it's us.
Right.
We're all picking up trash. Join Trash Talk. Love it.
I love it.
Love it. Love it. Some nice moss here.
Yeah, I'm really not seeing much. It was really just that one spot.
This is
so
good.
Who knows what'll happen next time? But
Allendale Celery Farm, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
It's a carry in, carry out public park. You can Google it, Allendale Celery Farm. Come here, talk trash here, somewhere else. And it goes to show you the mayor, the councilmen and women of Allendale do a great job. The citizens do a great job, and everyone else that visits here, because they listen. It's carry in, carry out.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to go.
Absolutely.
Instead of...
Oh, there's a piece.
Yeah?
Right there, red.
Yes.
Oh, and then one of them fell back out.
More trash. What fell out, Jen?
That thing, it was stuck on the side.
What is this? If anybody knows what this is.
Oh, it has an ID number.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh. Very interesting. More of this here.
Oh, more of that red paper.
I think about, like, look at that tiny piece of red paper. I don't know if you could even see it, right? So that, like, we could just walk by and not pick it up. But imagine having that in your cereal bowl, right? Or imagine having that on your burger. Maybe that's the way that we can get through to people.
Right.
If you don't pick it up, something else is eating it.
Yeah,
Will you eat this?
Some chipmunks going over there.
Right.
Or
Will
something.
you eat this? If not, pick it up.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Yep.
Trash talk. Start talking. Now's the time. Act now. Oh man, we spoke too soon.
Oh.
Looks like people get a little lazy at the end of Celery Farm. Look, so this is a Poland Spring water bottle label. Someone came here, hydrating, good job taking care of yourself, but bad job, or you know, lack of awareness here, maybe it just slipped off, but if they just let it slip, you know, that's going back into your water. You know, that's going back into the watershed, the aquifer, so.
Well, I want to thank you, Alex, for like bringing this all to our attention and creating Green Revolution. I think this is wonderful, and I really think that this is going to inspire a lot of people to make like a really big difference.
Awesome.
All over the world.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Thank you for saying thank you. And
truth.
Thank you for coming. This is our maiden voyage with you, Jen. So we're going to look back in this, and who knows, 3, 6, 9, 12 months, and say, remember when we first started the Trash Talk Season 1, Episode 1? It's a Celery Farm, and we're going to have all these people with all their videos, and that's it.
Well, I can't wait. I hope I get to come back soon.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Jen.
Welcome.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
See you next time for Trash Talk. Talk some trash, find some garbage, share the YouTubes. Much love.